The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Orathai Sitthichan. Chapter 13. Homesick. Joe loses his knife. After dinner, all the gang set out to hunt for turtle eggs on the sandbar. They pushed sticks into the sand, and when they found a soft place, they went down on their knees and dug with their hands. Sometimes they took 50 or 60 eggs out of one hole. They had a grand fried egg first that night, and another on Friday morning. After breakfast, they dashed out onto the bar and chased each other round and round, and then continued their game out against the stiff current, which swept their legs from under them from time to time, and greatly increased the fun. Now and then they stood in a group and threw water in each other's faces with their palms, gradually approaching each other with faces turned aside, and finally seizing each other and struggling until they all went under in confusion and came up bowing, laughing, and gasping for breath at one and the same time. When they were exhausted, they would stretch out on the hard, dry sand and cover themselves up with it, and after a time dashed for the water again and do the same once more. Then they drew a ring in the sand and had a circus with 3 lanterns in it, as each refused to have any other job. Next, they got their marbles and played various games until they grew tired of his amusement. They had another swim and a long rest. After this, they gradually wandered apart and began to gaze longingly at Coats, the White River, and the village asleep in the sun. Tom found himself writing baggy in the sand with his big toe. He scratched it out and was angry with himself for his weakness. But Joe was so homesick that he could hardly bear the misery of it. Huck had a long face too. Tom was downhearted, but he tried hard not to show it. He had a secret which he was not ready to tell yet, but if this depression was not broken up soon, he would have to reveal it. Tom suggested that they should go hunting for pirates' treasured chests of gold and silver, but the others were not keen on doing so. Tom made other suggestions, but they failed too. It was discouraging work. Joe sat digging a stick into the sand and looking very gloomy. "Oh, boys, let's give it up," said Joe finally. "I want to go home. It's so lonely." "Oh, no, Joe, you'll feel better soon. Just think of the fishing here, and there isn't another swimming place anywhere better than this. Swimming's no good. I don't seem to care for it somehow. When there isn't anybody to say that I mustn't swim, I want to go home." "Well, we will let the crying baby go home to its mother's one we hike. Poor things, does it want to see its mother's? And so it shall. You like it here, don't you, Huck?" "Well, stay, won't we?" Huck said. "Yes, without any heart in it. I'll never speak to you again as long as I live," said Joe, rising to collect his belongings. Soon, without a parting word, He began to walk slowly through the shallow water towards the Illinois bank. Tom's heart began to sink. He glanced at Huck. Huck dropped his eyes. "I want to go too, Tom," said he. It was getting lonely and now it's be words. "Let's go too, Tom." "Well, go. Who's hindering you?" Huck walked sorrowfully away and Tom watched them moving slowly on. Tom suddenly noticed that everything had become very lonely and still. He made one final struggle with his pride and then dashed after his friends. "Wait, wait!" he shouted. "I want to tell you something." They stopped and turned round. When he reached them, he began unfolding his secret, and their reason calmed till at last they understood his plan. Then they assured him that they would not have left him if he had told them before. Tom made up an excuse, but his real reason had been the fear that not even the secret would keep them with him any very great length of time, and so he had meant to hold it in reserve as a last persuasion. The boys came Gary back and continued their sports, talking all the time about Tom's plan and admiring the cleverness of it. After a delicious eggs and fish dinner, Tom said that he wanted to learn how to smoke. Joe said that he would like to try too, so Huck filled pipes and they stretched themselves out on their elbows and began to puff consciously and with little confidence. The smoke had an unprecedented taste, and they gasped a little. "Why, it's easy," Tom said. "If I'd known that this was all, I'd have learned long ago." "So would I," said Joe. "It's just nothing. I believe I could smoke this pipe all day. I don't feel sick." "Neither do I," said Tom. "I could smoke all day, but I bet you Jeff Thatcher couldn't." "Jeff Thatcher? Why'd he fall down with just 2 puffs?" I said once, "Don't say anything about it," and sometimes when the boys are around, I come up to you and say, "Joe, have you got a pipe? I want a smoke." And you will say in a careless way, as if it was nothing, you would say, "Yes, I've got my old pipe, and another one but my tobacco. It isn't very good." And I will say, "Oh, that's all right, if it is strong enough." And then you take out the pipes and will rinse them as if it was nothing. How they will stare! "That will be grand, Tom. I wish it was now." So the talk ran on, but presently it began to drag a little. Then silence widened. Speeding marvelously increased. Fountains seemed to be at work inside their cheeks. Both and boys were looking very pale and miserable now. Joe's pipe dropped from his fingers. Tom followed. "I've lost my knife," said Joe finally. "I think I'd better go and find it." Tom rose unsteadily and said with trembling lips, "I will help you. You go over that way and I search by the spring." "No, you needn't come, Huck. We can find it." So Huck sat down again and waited an hour. Then he found it early and went to find his companions. They were wide apart in the woods, both very pale, both fast asleep, but something informed him that If they had had any trouble, they had got rid of it. They were not very talkative at supper that night. They had a humble look when Huck prepared his pipe after the meal and was going to prepare theirs. They told him not to. They were not feeling very well. Something they ate at dinner had upset them.